Hey, what is going on, guys? DK back at you with another video here for the NBA main slate here on Wednesday. We got a nice 9-game slate. Couple games look pretty appealing here, so let's get right into the analysis. So we got Westbrook here at 11.7. It's a dream matchup here against the Lakers, but he is priced up now. Like I said, 11.7K. We're not getting the discount like we were on Westbrook earlier. In the mid to low 10s. He's priced up to 11.7. I still think it's doable, but I think he's priced about right. Kemba, so we got Jeremy Lamb as well as Cody Zeller will be out, so we'll probably have to pick up the pace a little bit here with a couple of starters out. So I think Kemba definitely doable here at 9K. He has shown some big upside here. Ben Simmons, if Phoenix can keep it close, I think he could have a monster game as well. He's the guy that fills up the stat sheet, and I like guys like that a lot. So if Phoenix can keep it close, I think Ben Simmons could have a pretty big game here. Let's see, Jrue Holiday. So I love playing Jrue, but now with Elfrid Payton back in the mix, it's kind of hard to play Jrue. He did have a pretty decent game against Minnesota, but Anthony Davis had missed that game. So I think Jrue is okay, but I'm probably going to go elsewhere. Devin Booker, if Phoenix can keep it close, it's going to be because of Booker and Ayton. So I think Booker looks pretty appealing here at 8.3K. So I definitely think you can do Devin Booker. Let's see, Lonzo, decent play here. Westbrook not the best defender. Should play all the minutes he can handle. So I think Lonzo Ball definitely doable here, 7.2. Let's see, Dinwiddie, D'Angelo Russell. One of those guys is going to have a good game. The matchup is really, really good here against the Pelicans. It's just hard to predict. The Nets go with the hot hand, so I don't know if I want to mess with that situation. Then you got Trae Young. 6.5K looks pretty fair here. You got Bazemore out of there, obviously Torian Prince out of there. So there's not a whole lot of guys besides John Collins in that offense that is going to take a lot of shots. So Trae Young, I think is definitely doable here, and he has upside for sure at 6.5K. Let's see, Chris Dunn at 6.4, definitely doable. He's shown that obviously he has a pretty big upside as well. So I think Chris Dunn, 6.4K, does have some upside. Let's see, Ingram again. These Lakers guys should play all the minutes they can handle. Ingram, Lonzo Ball, Kuzma, Josh Hart. I like them all. Problem is the matchup not the best here as OKC. OKC's been a pretty stout defensive team, but again with all those guys going to play, big minutes, you can definitely look to a couple of those Lakers. So Teague and Rose out. So that means Tyus Jones going to pick up the start again here. Did very well against the Pelicans. 38 minutes, put up 41 fantasy points. I think you definitely could go back to well here with Tyus at 5.6K. I think he's pretty safe if all those guys are going to be out. So I definitely think Tyus Jones is doable here. So Josh Hart again, same thing with all those Lakers. They're going to play a lot most of the game, but the matchup is not the best here. But like I said, with these guys playing close to 40 minutes a game, a lot of these Lakers, it's hard not to like a few of these guys. So Elfrid Payton here, if he's going to play normal minutes and not be limited, then I would be all about Alf here at 5.3K. So we're going to have to kind of wait for news with that. Did only play 24 minutes. Looked a little rusty, but if he's going to start and play normal minutes, I would be all about Elfrid Payton there at 5.3. Let's see. So Satoransky here. John Wall obviously out for the season. So Satoransky, you're going to be the normal starting point guard here. He did get priced up a little bit now to 4.6K. So I think his ownership won't be as high, but in a close game and a dream matchup here against Atlanta, I think you definitely go right back to Satoransky. So I do like him a lot today at 4.6K. JERIAN Grant, if DJ Augustine misses, I think you could go back to this wall. He did only play 26 minutes, but it was a blowout. Got 21 fantasy points in 26 minutes. So if the game would have stayed close, probably would have pushed for 30-plus minutes. So I think if DJ Augustine misses, you could go to JERIAN Grant there at 3.9K. Let's see. So Devonte Graham, I did want to bring him up. So the coach did suggest that he could pick up the start here with Jeremy Lamb out of there. My concern is the Hornets rotation, like the guards, wings rotation, is so fluky. They kind of go with the hot hand. So that's my only worry. And he's going to be playing alongside Kemba. So he's not going to have the highest usage. But I still think 3.4K, if you pick up the start, I think it's definitely doable. But my concern is, again, they do have a lot of wing players. They got Tony Parker, Malik Monk. They got a lot of guys on the bench, Bridges, that could eat into his playing time. Okay, shooting guard, we got BEAL. He's priced up a little bit now to 8.6K, but the matchup is just so good. And obviously, John Wall out for the season. Beal's going to have to pick it up a lot here. So I do really like Brad Beal. I know he's priced up a little bit, but man, I'm probably going back to the wall here with Brad Beal at 8.6. Doncic, the price did come down a bit, but you got everyone healthy now for Dallas. It's just the minutes with him. I know this game was kind of a blowout, but he's really just not he's never gonna play like 38 minutes or so. He's gonna always be limited to like 30 to 32 minutes. So that is my only worry with Doncic. Let's see here, LAVINE. So the price is pretty appealing. In 33 minutes, shot the ball 3 of 17. Don't think that's going to happen again. So this guy's going to shoot it a bunch when he's out there. And he's going to play probably 30-plus minutes. So I definitely think LAVINE has upside at 6.6K. I mean, we were paying like 8K plus for LAVINE earlier in the season. So I definitely think you can do LAVINE there at 6.6. Wiggins, I know D Rose, as well as Teague, as well as now probably Robert Covington's going to be out. So Wiggins is going to have to pick up the pace. You definitely could do it, but I just don't like playing Wiggins. He's so scoring dependent. I don't know. With all those guys out, I think you could do Wiggins, but my concern is he doesn't really fill up the stat sheet. Okay, let's see here. Are there any cheap? So Kevin Huerter played 40 minutes last game out. So if he's going to play that type of minutes again, I think you could look at Huerter. He doesn't have like massive upside, but I think he's pretty safe for cash games. Bembry as well. Got a few extra minutes there with no Bazemore. So I think you could take a shot on a couple of these Hawks guys. So I think Bembry definitely doable here at 4.2. Okay, I'll talk about Okogie here. So if Robert Covington misses, I think Okogie would pick at the start. I definitely think you could do Okogie here at 3.7K. So we're going to have to kind of wait for news on confirmation if Covington's out. If he's out, I think I would like Okogie a lot there at 3.7, just because Minnesota would be, would not have a lot of guys eligible to play. Okay, so let's move on to small forward and Paul George here. So I did talk about Westbrook being priced up, but you got Paul George priced down here a little bit, 9.2K. I've been talking to him about every video. He seems to go low owned. So this is a dream matchup against the Lakers. He should play all the minutes he can handle. Did kind of have an off game against Dallas. Only shot the ball 7 of 21. Still put up 37 fantasy points. So I'm leaning right now towards playing Paul George. Westbrook, I definitely think you could do him if you wanted to, but like I said, I think I might take the discount here with Paul George at 9.2K. So I'm leaning right now towards playing Paul George. And you got Kuzma, again, these Lakers. I like it. The four guys, Lonzo, Ingram, Kuzma, and Josh Hart are going to play most of the game. So I definitely think you could take a shot on one of those two guys. The problem is the matchup not the best, but they are playing at home. So like I said, I definitely think you could do a couple of those Lakers. Let's see, Jimmy Butler at 7.1. Phoenix, again, they don't play a whole lot of defense. Did get ejected, only played 29 minutes, so it should be kind of fresh here. So I think Jimmy Butler, definitely you could take a shot there at 7.1. Let's see. So these secondary Washington pieces, you got like Ariza, Jeff Green, but Otto Porter as well. Said he's going to play. So if Otto Porter is going to play and not going to have a minutes limit, then I would really like Otto Porter today at 5.5. So we're going to have to kind of wait for news with that. But I still think you could do Ariza, who has really, really played well here as a Washington Wizard. Been filling up the stat sheet a lot. So I definitely think you could do Ariza, as well as even Jeff Green, because Markieff Morris is out. So if Otto Porter is going to start and play his normal minutes, then I would love Otto Porter. But if he's going to be limited, I think you could do Ariza or Jeff Green. So Kuruk's here. We got RHJ is going to be out for a while. So the bench unit did play very well for the Nets, so they had the road to the bench unit. That's my concern with Brooklyn is they always go with the hot hand. But, man, like RHJ out, Crabs out. I definitely think you could do Krooks, but it's just the Nets as a team, they're just going to run the hot hand, so it's just risky to target anyone from that team. Let's see. So Jeff Green again, 4.4K. It just seems a little underpriced here in a dream matchup against Atlanta. So I'm going to wait for news for Otto Porter. I definitely still think you could do, if Otto Porter's going to play his normal minutes, I still think you could play Jeff Green or Ariza. I'd probably lean toward Jeff Green just because he is cheaper. Okay, let's see. So again, the bench unit for the Nets, it was like Napier, DeMarre Carroll, Kenneth FARIED. They played very well, so I left them in. But it's just hard to target those Nets players. All right, let's move on to power forward. And man, Brooklyn, one of the worst rebounding teams in the league. You got Anthony Davis and Julius Randle waiting in the wings here. So I really like Anthony Davis as well as Julius Randle. If Anthony Davis plays, you never know. Even if he does play, there's honestly like a 20-30% chance he goes to the locker room and doesn't come back. So it's always a risk with Anthony Davis, but he has huge upside, especially here against Brooklyn. It's the same thing with Randle. Priced at 8K. I still think he has upside here. Again, Brooklyn, not the best rebounding team, so I do like targeting bigs against Brooklyn. You got two very good bigs here with Anthony Davis and Randle, so I do like them a lot. And then, man, I really like John Collins today at 8.2K. Just a dream matchup here against the Wizards. This is a game I definitely want to target a lot. Two bad teams, don't play a whole lot of defense. The concern is, can John Collins stay out of foul trouble? He has multiple games now. He's gotten in foul trouble. He has been limited minutes, but this is just like the perfect up-tempo game against the Wizards. So, let's see, the last time they played Washington, he only played 25 minutes because he got in foul trouble. Put up 41 fantasy points in 25 minutes against the Wizards. So just keep that in mind. If he stays out of foul trouble, I think he plays 35-plus minutes. So, I think he could push for 50-plus fantasy points if he stays out of foul trouble. So I do like Collins a lot. Let's see, Nance. So I would like, but we got news that Tristan Thompson's probably going to be back, so I can't do Nance, especially at 7.6K now. Let's see, DEDMON. If he plays, I think he's a decent play against Washington, one of the worst rebound teams in the league. So I think DEDMON, you could do that if you want the discount on John Collins. If DEDMON misses, I think you could give a look to Alex Len, who should play about 20 to 25 minutes. So we're going to have to kind of wait for news with DEDMON there. Let's see. Thomas Bryant. So they played, let's see, Atlanta. He only played 14 minutes. That was my concern, but they did have Markieff Morris healthy then. Markieff Morris obviously not going to be playing. Atlanta does like running big with DEDMON, John Collins, Alex Len. So I think Thomas Bryant, pretty doable here at 4.7K. Let's see, is there any cheap guys that I really like? So FARIED, again, they ran with the bench unit for the Nets, but it's just hard to trust. I really don't expect him to play 27 minutes again. FARIED, though, I love playing FARIED because he's a point-per-minute monster. He just goes out there and produces, but I just don't think I could project him to play more than 15 or so minutes. Okay, let's move on to the center position. And let's see, EMBIID. Another dream matchup here. I talked him up here against the Clippers, put up 64 fantasy points. As well as I talked up Nurkic as well, who put up 82. So hopefully you guys played a couple of, and if you paired EMBIID and Nurkic together, you had a great night. So I hope you guys did take some of that advice from my video from yesterday. But EMBIID, again, Ayton, a pretty good scorer now, but not the best defender. So I think EMBIID, 10.6K, does still have some upside here. Then you got Cat, who I think is going to go pretty low owned here. People are going to be scared of the matchup. We got no Derrick Rose, we got no Jeff Teague, and we got no Robert Covington most likely. So those are three main pieces in this offense. The concern is, can the Timberwolves with those three guys keep it close? I think they could, but it's going to be because of a monster game because Karl Anthony Towns, who has really put up 3 straight huge games here. So I think Cat definitely doable here at 9.6. I think he's going to go pretty low owned. Vucevic, if he plays, if he's not going to be limited, I do like him a lot. I love targeting bigs in Chicago. So we're going to have to kind of wait for news with that. If he misses, you definitely could go to Mo Bamba. They did price him up to 4.6K Mo Bamba, but I still think he'd be doable because I do love targeting centers against Chicago. Okay. Detroit, like Drummond, he's priced all the way down to 8.1K, but I just don't like targeting players against Memphis. Let's see. MARC GASOL, 7.4. Again, Detroit runs big. His minutes starting to creep back up there. They were limiting him because they had Joakim Noah, but now 35, 37, 36 minutes, 7.4K. Seems a little cheap for MARC GASOL, so I think you could do that. Ayton, I'm just concerned with Embiid getting him in foul trouble. Ayton has been playing some great basketball, but I really like targeting centers against opposing really aggressive centers like Embiid, who could get Ayton in foul trouble. It does worry me. And then you got Steven Adams, who's going to play big minutes no matter what. Lakers, not the best rebounding team. I do like targeting centers against the Lakers, so Steven Adams I think is okay here at 6.9. Whiteside, if this guy could just play consistent minutes, I would love this play. 6.7K is way too cheap for Whiteside, especially in a matchup against Cleveland. I don't know, like I'm debating I might take a shot at Whiteside here. It just they could limit him to like 20 or so minutes, but if he's playing well, Whiteside could put up honestly 50 fantasy points in this matchup. So that's risky, but I am considering Whiteside today. Okay, let's see here. So Wendell Carter Jr. 5.5. They're starting the last couple games 33 minutes each of the last 2 games. The worry was he just wasn't playing enough minutes to consider him. But now, if we can trust this minutes situation with 33 minutes, then I would definitely like Wendell Carter Jr. here at 5.5. Let's see, Jarrett Allen. So they're probably going to need him to play some pretty big minutes here because the Pelicans run big with Anthony Davis and with Julius Randle. So I think, they've been limiting Jarrett Allen a bit here, but I think he pushes for, close to maybe 30 minutes. So I think he's doable here at 5.1K. See, Len, again, I would like him if DEDMON misses. Should play about 25 or so minutes. So I think Len definitely viable here if DEDMON misses. Mo Bamba again 4.6K. You could look to him if Vucevic is out. And then finally, I'll talk about Guillermo Hernan-Gomez, who they said he's probably most likely going to pick up the start here. This guy, I love playing him in Summer League DFS. He's great. He produces when he's out there. So I'd project him to play 25 or so minutes. So I think he's probably one of the better value plays of the night. If you want to pivot off Hernan-Gomez, you could look to Frank Kaminsky, who is going to get the backup 5 minutes here at 3K. He's also shown when he gets minutes, he definitely is very productive. So I think like a decent pivot in GPPs would be a minimum price Frank Kaminsky here at 3K. All right, so that's going to finish the analysis part of the video. So let me get into the core plays for today, which I really like. So I'll start with SATORANSKY here. I know he's priced up a bit, but still starting point guard. Great match here against Atlanta. So I think I'm going to go back to the wall SATORANSKY as well as Brad Beal. I think maybe the salaries might scare off some people, but Beal, SATORANSKY, and in a dream matchup here, I do really like them. And then I talked about Paul George, who continues to go low owned every single slate. Westbrook is priced up a bit. I still think some people are going to play Westbrook. Me, I think I'm going to take the discount here with Paul George. So I do like Paul George. And then power forward, man, I love a couple of these power forwards. John Collins, Julius Randle, Kuzma, all three I'm definitely considering. I might even play 2 of these 3 guys. If I had to pick, I don't know, it's tough. Like Randle and Collins are just in dream matchups. Right now, I think I'm going to go with Collins. If he can stay out of foul trouble, I think he'd have a huge game. I do really like targeting this Atlanta-Washington game. And finally, at center, I'm going to take the value play here with Guillermo Hernan-Gomez at 3.8K. Again, if you want to pivot in GPPs, I think Frank Kaminsky would be a pretty solid pivot. So yeah, I think that's a pretty solid core for today. You still got 5.2K remaining, so you could do a lot with your last 3 positions there. So yeah, I think that's going to do it for today's video, guys. If you have been enjoying the content, please like this video, subscribe. All the likes, subscribers, really helps me out growing as a channel. So I would really appreciate if you guys would like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, I will be back. Let me look at my phone really quick to see how many games we got for tomorrow. Let's see. Hold on. So Thursday, let's see. Only 3-game slate. So I will be back for video then, but pretty small slate. So yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow for a short video on Thursday.